I loved traveling in Guatemala and Honduras. We have a real balance of doing things in the city and saw a lot of historical sites too in the jungle, and then getting up close and personal with people in villages. It was very nice to be able to experience that.
The tour was wonderful. I booked it because I wanted to go to Tikal. I didn't know anything else about Guatemala, and it has far exceeded my expectations.
Everything that I was hoping for came through. Great sights, Tikal, Chichicastenango, Lake ATITLAN, everything was just great.
This Gate 1 tour of Guatemala and Honduras begins with a flight from Guatemala City to the rainforests of Petén, where we will explore the many ancient Mayan cities, including the world-famous temples of Tikal. We then journey to take a scenic boat ride along the Rio Dulce to the Caribbean seaport of Puerto Barrios, before continuing the next day into Honduras to visit the ancient site of COPAN. Next, we travel to the highlands of Guatemala with a stay at beautiful Lake ATITLAN, and we will visit the colorful and picturesque Chichicastenango market. Our tour continues with an excursion to the Spanish colonial town of Antigua before concluding our journey back in Guatemala City.
Tikal was amazing. The pyramids, the spaciousness, to think that thousands and thousands of people lived there, worshiped there for so many, many years.
It is absolutely surprising how they survived and how they lived, and they have left such a treasure of ruins for us. They are, in fact, lost treasures that we have found them again.
Tikal was a wonderful site. It was large. There were giant pyramids that you could climb. You went into the jungle, and it was just fantastic. And the further we went, the better they got. It was just absolutely amazing. Everything that I had hoped it would be.
It's not only archaeology, but nature as well is nice in Tikal.
It was amazing walking through the jungles. I couldn't get over the size of the vegetation, the trees, and colorful flowers.
Walking through Tikal, we can admire the cowardly monkeys doing such strong noise like a big animal, and when they go close, they will be surprised to see the animal is not really big.
There was howler monkeys and spider monkeys, and I even managed to get a few pictures of them. It was quite an experience.
And then a boat is waiting for us to make us go through 30 miles of a very nice natural reserve, noted as Rio Dulce.
We started out, and you went slowly down the river, and you were looking for the different animals, and we saw iguanas, and we saw cormorants.
I think what I enjoyed the most was learning about how the people lived in the fishing villages, and a woman came up in her canoe, and she had a baby with her. We were all taken by that, and she had baskets that she had made, and she was selling them.
So nice when you see a local person and you get to interact with them, and this woman, her children were very, very cute. And then you feel good too when you buy things because you know it helps out the local people.
So the next morning we go from Puerto Barrios to Copan.
Copan, Honduras was amazing. Our hotel was centrally located. As soon as you stepped out the door, you were right in amongst amazing people, great, friendly people.
This Copan in Honduras is one of the most beautiful Mayan sites.
I've been to all the 7 wonders of the world, and Tikal and Copan are up there with all of they should be on the same list.
Copan was wonderful. They were very well preserved, and at the end, there were all these macaws that they were feeding. There were dozens of macaws. They were flying overhead, and it was absolutely amazing after seeing that wonderful sight.
Lake ATITLAN. You look out onto the volcanoes, and the lake is really magical.
This morning we took a boat across Lake ATITLAN to Santiago. It was a little village, and we walked around. We went through the market. We went to the church.
The people were walking around in their native dress. Every place you turn, it's full of color. It's full of life. It was just amazing today.
We were able to see women washing their clothes when we got to the village this morning. Where do you have an experience like that? It was wonderful.
then through the mountains of Guatemala to go to Chichicastenango, where we have one of the biggest open-air handicraft market in America. Markets in our country, it is not a place just to sell and buy things. It's the real socialized spot.
I just love the lively markets. It's just an assault on all the senses, but in a good way. You know, I love going up to the locals, the vendors and the shopkeepers, and you know, you just bargain back and forth until you both agree to a price, and then you walk away happy.
The next morning, we can continue to Antigua, which is the ancient capital of Guatemala. It's in a small city, but it's full of history, and everywhere we go, we have so nice courtyards, little corners, and all those religious remains are in Antigua.
We have been on 15 Gate 1 tours. The value, when you look at it with other tour companies, they save you lots of money. The hotels are excellent. The food is always very good. The tour guides are excellent. And the people that go on the Gate 1 tours are so much fun to be with.
My husband and I have been on 6 Gate 1 tours so far, including this one. We find that it's a really great value for your money. You stay at great hotels and they're always centrally located, so you're very close to the things that you want to see. And we had a great guide, Escorted.
Escorted is a great tour manager. He was very knowledgeable in the Mayan cultures. He was very helpful to us. He was always prompt, well organized.
He really just wants to help people understand the culture. He's very honest, and so he gives us a very balanced perspective.
I would absolutely recommend anyone who's interested in going to Guatemala and Honduras, you won't be disappointed if you pick Gate 1.
It was a fantastic trip. Every day was wonderful. It was colorful. It was exciting.
So come to Guatemala and Honduras with Gate 1. Amazing Mayan ruins, natural parks, beautiful markets, and 16 million of smiling people is waiting for you. So come to visit us.